I'm going to give a short demonstration on proper layout and fit up of two pieces of steel according to a procedure to construct a T-joint. I think layout is important to learn because I believe it is one of the hardest tools of the trade to learn. We have Ashley here that will be doing the learning part. By the end of the lecture, each student should be able to properly lay out and fit up the steel with 100% accuracy according to the welding procedure and then join by welding. The equipment needed for this exercise will be the two pieces of steel, scribe, hammer, aluminum speed square, and we're going to use a Sharpie felt tip in place of the scribe. I believe it is important to be proficient in welding a T-joint because the type of weld that is associated with this joint is a fillet weld, and fillet welds make up 90% of the welds currently existing in the world. Okay, we'll get started. We're going to pick up one of the pieces of steel. We're going to place the long edge of the steel against the edge of the square. That way we can use, there's a ruler here and on this edge. We can use the ruler to locate the center of that steel. We'll pick up our scribe. We're going to place a mark on the center of that. So the center of this 3-inch piece of steel is 1.5 inches. So we got a mark on 1.5 inches. Now you want to rotate the steel 90 degrees so that the short edge is against the edge of the square. That way we can use the side that the ruler is on as a straight edge. And we'll use this side. Then we want to scribe a line through our marking, and that will make a center line. After constructing our center line, we want to first double check that the line is in the center and that the line is straight. We do that by, again, placing the long edge of the steel against the edge of the square. We check that it's at 1.5 inches all the way down to make sure the line doesn't move on us, or it's not, just to make sure our line is straight. We see that our line is straight. That tells us that we are ready for the tacks. Now, pick up the other piece of steel. After the layout is complete, we place the long edge of the steel directly on the center line. That way, these edges line up here. Now we are ready for the tacks. Now, when you tack weld, you're going to put heat into the plate. So the first set of tacks, you want to lean the riser plate here away from us. That way the heat from the tacks assist us in pulling the riser plate back into a 90-degree angle, or we call it square. Once the first set of tacks are placed, you stop welding and you check it for square. If it is square, the 90-degree angle of the square will fit directly into the joint. If it does not fit directly into the joint, whichever side it is not touching, that will tell you which direction it needs to be pushed with the hammer. Now, after the tacks are put in place, we have checked for square. We are ready to lock in the joint at 90 degrees by putting another series of tacks on this side and this side. That will lock in our 90-degree angle and hold the riser plate into place. Once we have achieved the 90-degree angle, both of our series of tacks, we have properly completed the layout, the fit up, and the tack welding, and we are ready to resume welding to complete the joint.